Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. How are you today? Welcome back to Play and Learn Arabic with Koko. Today is a remarkable day. We just finished from step 1, step 2, and step 3. But as I promised you in my first episode, when I was introducing the book, I promised you the book name is from Alif to Alif Lam Mim. I promised you that you're going to read the Quran when you finish step 3 if you followed my instruction. And I'm having the book in my hand again. The same book, Al-Qari As-Saghir, Little Readers, 3 steps towards reading Quran from Alif to Alif Lam Mim. And today I'm going to renew my promise again that you're going to read the Quran after you finish this book. And you did finish the book. But we learned only how to read words. Still, there are some rules concerning how to read a sentence. Because in Arabic, we need to connect the words together in a chain. And there's a special rule for that. Today, I'm going to teach you how to connect these words that you have been learning all these months in one sentence to make something that is really enjoyable to you. And once you get the hang of it, you're gonna love reading. You're going to always want to read, and your speed and fluency is going to increase gradually. So don't get frustrated in the beginning. It may be harder, but if you keep on practicing, you will be able to read faster very soon. And today I will teach you how to read in a sentence, as I promised you. That is, your next book is going to be the Quran after you finish this. So today I will teach you the rule, how to connect words in a sentence, and I'm going to read for you a little bit from the Quran so you can see for yourself what do I mean. Plus, if I have time, I can teach you a couple of signs in the book. But for now, you should be proud of yourself. You have made it so far. And the only way it's going to take you to read the Quran fluent, like the grown-up, is to keep on learning. Don't stop. Now your house is established. You only need to do the interior, put some furnitures and some lamps and some stuff. So you know now you build your house. Your reading now is established, but you need to fix it. You need to join the words together. And once you know how to do that, then the Tajweed will be very easy. For now, let's go to the classroom and meet Koko. And he is waiting for us over there. And also our friends will join us. And we will start joining words. Come on, let's go. Assalamu alaikum, Koko. How are you today? I'm glad that you have started your reading now. And today you're going to be even more perfect in your reading, Koko. So, as I told my friends earlier, today we're going to be making or joining words in a sentence. And we will learn how to do that very soon. Before I start showing you that, we need to practice a little bit on our Hamzas, because today's lesson has little bit connections to the Hamzas that we had before, yet it is different. We learned before that we have different kinds of positions for the Hamza. And we have seen the Hamza on the Alif, beneath the Alif, on the Waw, on the Ya, on the line, and Hamza on Nabra. And I bet now every one of you knows how to use these verbs with Hamzas very well. But we have another kind of Hamza. The Hamzas that we learned earlier, we call them Hamzat al-Qata. Okay, disconnecting Hamza. They are not joined. You don't require them to join words. But today's Hamza is different. And even the symbol does not look like a Hamza, but we call it Hamzat Al-wasl, connecting Hamza. Because this Hamza is always present in the beginning of the word. It's the Alif in the beginning of the word that help us to join with the previous words. And we will see the rules, how they are applied in this situation. So today's lesson is about Hamzat al-wasl. Or it's called connecting Hamza. Before we go further into learning about it, Hamza, we need to know how it looks like. And also we need to review how the sukoon looks like in the Quran. Because from now on, I'm going to be using symbols in the Quran book. I'm not going to use the symbol in the Tajweed Arabic, because now we have reached our goal. Our goal is to read the Quran. So we need now to learn how to deal with these words in the Quran and these symbols in the Quran. So the Hamzat al-wasl symbol in the Quran, it is always found in the beginning of the word. Not every word, of course, but it's kind of an alif, okay? And it has, it's kind of like, kind of this shape. If you open the Quran book, you will see that alif in the beginning of the word, and it has like something like a wiggly shape, like a sod and curving on the bottom. This is the Hamzat al-wasl. This symbol is, you find on the alif, and it's called Hamzat al-wasl, or connecting Hamza. The other kind, or the thing that is people get very confused is, if I have, for example, lamb with the sukoon on top. In the Quran, lamb is not in a circle, but it is, as I told you earlier, like the head of the ha. This shape. So you always see, when you read Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdu, you're going to see this. You're going to see the lamb with sukoon, you're going to see that. So this is what I want you to know for now, is this is the Hamzat al-wasl, and this is the symbol for Hamzat al-wasl, and this is the sukoon in the Quran. And I want you to practice learning to differentiate between them, don't confuse them, and remember to recognize them as soon as you see them. If you see in the Quran, you can, if you see an alif, any kind of alif, with a round circle, this circle is not a sukoon. This means this alif is not present, it is silent, and do not pronounce it. Okay? We will deal with that later on. But I just want you for now, when you see this symbol when you're reading, do not treat it as a sukoon, just ignore that alif. And we will learn more about it later on. Because I have taught you earlier, this is a sukoon in traditional Arabic, but in the Quran, this is the sukoon, this means this alif is silent. Do not treat it as as an alif or as a long vowel alif. Okay. Now let us go into reality. I want to teach you some basic things because this thing can be very hard if I elaborate more, but I'm going to teach you how to deal with it. When you see in the beginning of the word, you see the Hamzat al-wasl, okay? Sometimes it is silent and sometimes it is pronounced. If I am starting the word, then it is pronounced, but if I am reading, there's a word before it and I'm continuing reading, then it is silent. But if I stop reading and I'm going to stop reading again and I found a word with Hamzat al-wasl, the alif here, it's pronounced. Let's work with examples. This simple Alhamdu Lillah. So I say Alhamdulillah. Here I pronounce the alif. Alhamd, although it has the symbol of the Hamzat al-wasl on it, but I pronounce it because I am starting the word. Alhamdulillahi. But, and then I'm supposed to have a little alif here, I think. Okay. If I have a word before Alhamdulillah, so will I pronounce this? Let's see. If I have the word Qul, okay. Will I read this Quli Alhamdulillahi? No. If I'm continuing reading, this Hamzat al-wasl will make the alif be silent. So I'm going to say Qul lil, and I will ignore this. So it's going to be Qulil. Qulil. I won't pronounce the Hamzat al-wasl. I won't pronounce this alif. It's going to be Qulil Hamdu Lillah. Qulil Hamdu Lillah. But if I am not reading, continuously, I am saying Qul Alhamdulillah. In this case, I will pronounce Hamzat al-wasl. Okay, so this is one situation. There are sometimes I find a word with a shadda on the third letter, and this is like, it can take us to a second subject. And let me explain more. So, where else can we find Hamzat al-wasl? Or how are we dealing with it? Okay. We have two kinds of the lamb of prepositions. What are lamb of prepositions? When I say in English, boy, okay, and I say the boy. In Arabic, we don't have word the, we have the word al. Okay? So here means walad, boy, and here means the boy. Al-walad. Al, gonna be al-walad. So here the boy. So what I'm gonna be dealing now is, we're gonna deal with this part. And they are of two kinds, okay? The line of the preposition is going to be divided into. I'm trying to take you slowly into this because it can be confusing. I'm going to write two words, and these words are going to open the door for us to explain more. Okay? I don't want to talk more about this in detail, but I'm just going to show you how you're going to deal with it when you find them, how you can balance it. So here I have here our friend Hamzat al-wasl. The beginning of the word, I'm going to pronounce it. And this lam was sukoon. Al-qamar. Al-qamar means the moon. Okay? The second word, again Hamzat al-wasl is there. I'm starting the word, I'm going to pronounce it. Al. But the lam, we notice, doesn't have any sukoon in it or on it. Followed by shadda. The third letter has a shadda. When we see this situation, okay, and I'm starting the word, what I'm going to do? The lam is up. Lam is not present. And I'm going to say ash-shamsu. Ash-shamsu or ash-shams. Okay, let's make this Dhamma, al-qamaru and ash-shamsu. Ash-shamsu, lam is not there. So whenever you see the Quran, the Hamza was in the beginning, you're starting reading the word, and there is no sukoon on the lam, and the shadda on the third letter, you're going to skip the lam and you say ash-shamsu. Ash-shamsu. If you see Hamzat al-wasl followed by lam had sukoon on it, you're going to pronounce the word, you start pronouncing the word, it's going to be al-qamaru. Al-qamaru, lam is pronounced. This is going to lead us, the scientists, or what you call the ulama of the Arabic language, they use these words as a guideline for all the words that comes with the lam of preposition. For example, any word I can pronounce it like al-qamar, follow the same rule of reading the word al-qamar, and any word comes in a style of ash-shams, it's going to be pronounced in the same way. So let's give some examples from the Quran. want to use the word al-balad. So this is our first rule, Amar and Ashams. The word al-balad Hamzat wasl, the lam has sukoon, ba is fatha, lam fatha, and or al-balad. So this al-qamaru, al-baladu. I have pronounced the alif, I have pronounced the lam, and everything is just like al-qamar. If I want to use the other way, I'm going to use the word alif, here Hamzat al-wasl, here Hamzat al-wasl, lam has no sukoon, fa wa shadda fatha, mim fatha, ra fatha, alif long vowel, ta dhamma. So I'm going to read this. We're going to follow the same ash-shamsu. It's going to be الثمرات البلد الثمرات. So when we are reading the word and we are starting the sentence that has Hamzat al-wasl, we pronounce Hamzat al-wasl in both situations, except if there is a shadda on the third letter after the lam of the preposition. We going to skip the lam. The lam doesn't have sukoon. If the lam has sukoon, we would pronounce the lam. Okay. Suppose I have this word. There is something before it, and I'm going to end up joining this word. Am I going to pronounce the Hamzat al-wasl here? No. This alif is going to also be silent. Let's put in a sentence. Have the noon, mim with kasra, noon sukoon, and I'm reading it. This is one word and this is one word. So I'm continuing reading. Minat samaratu samarati, because here the grammar min, you have to have a kasra after min. So here also the alif is going to be silent, and we are not going to pronounce. So it's going to be minat thamarati, minat thamarati. Okay? Let us see one more word. This time I'm going to use an ayah from the Quran, and this ayah everybody should know because it's the beginning of Surah Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdu, Hamzat wasl here. Lam sukun. Ha fatha, mim sukun. Dal dhamma. Li, lam kasra. Shadda. Lillahi. Rabbi. Here I have the sukun and the lam. I'm saying Alhamdu. I have pronounced everything. Alhamdu lillahi Rabbi. Till here is okay. If I am joining Rabbil Alameen, so what happened here? The lam has a sukun. The alif has Hamzat al-wasl. This is going to be silent. So I'm going to read Rabbil Alameen. Rabbil Alameen. So the ba jump to the lam straight. Alif is not recognized here. Rabbil Alameen. And that's why we call it Hamzat al-wasl. Dropped. We drop it when we're joining the lam of the preposition with the previous word, and it is pronounced. If I am starting the word, if I'm starting Al-Alamin, I'm going to pronounce it. It's going to be Al-Alamin. If I'm joining Rabbil Alamin, and there's Al-Alamin just like Al-Qamar that we had before. What comes after that? Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Let's see. Here, Hamzat wasl, the beginning, lam has nothing, shadda on the ra, ha with sukoon, and sometime you see in the Quran, or most of the time, you see there are small alif on the top. This is a long vowel alif, okay? So you're gonna treat it as a long vowel, alif Rahman, 2 haraka, Rahman. Okay, here the lam, if you notice, doesn't have any sukoon. But I am starting the word, so I will pronounce the alif. Okay, Hamza will be pronounced. But I will skip the lam, so it's going to be Ar-Rahmani. Ar-Rahmani. I am continuing reading. More Hamzat wasl here. So what I'm going to do? Pronounce it. Will I say Ar-Rahmani Al-Rahim? No. I'm going to drop it too. It's going to be Ar-Rahmanil. No. The lam has no sukoon. I will also drop the lam. So Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. So this Ar-Rahim, the after the lam of the preposition we have a shadda, so you get it Nir-Rahim. Some people they continue reading 2 ayahs together. Okay? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman. So in this case, the noon will jump to the ra, and also the alif with Hamzat al-wasl here, or Hamzat al-wasl here is going to be dropped. Okay? Let's see. So if I'm reading Surah Al-Fatiha, and this is, we have a Fatha here. So, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman. So from the noon, you go to the ra straight to the ra. Alif and lam both are going to be what? Cancelled. Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Okay. I want to give you more Quran. Okay, if I say اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. I want you to pay attention here. This is a Quran. We have to make sure everything falls right. There is here Hamzat wasl. Ha sukun. Again Hamzat wasl. Again Hamzat wasl. Lam has sukun. Sin sukun. Mim was fatha. Okay. I said here ihdina. How do I know I'm not, there's no lam here, no al. When there is al, it's always fatha. Al-qamar. When like al-mustaqim. Is easy, but here there is Hamzat wasl. It doesn't follow up with lam. So how am I gonna say it? Why did I say ihdina? How did it work? How did I figure it out? Is ihdina? This will bring us to a new rule. This new rule called the third letter rule. Whenever I see a word like this, start with Hamzat wasl, no lam or anything after that, and I'm starting the sentence, so there's no way I can skip. I have to pronounce it, but will I say uhdina, ahdina? How can I treat it? I will look at the third letter from Hamzat wasl. So 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be number 1, number 2, and number 3 is going to be the dal with kasra. So here the dal has a kasra. So if the third letter has a kasra or a fatha, both a kasra or a fatha, Hamzat al-wasl will be pronounced with kasra, and we're going to say what? We're going to say ihdina sirat. Ihdina. Okay? Is that clear? So if Hamzat al-wasl, if the third letter has fatha, or kasra, Hamzat al-wasl would be pronounced with what? With kasra. Of course, we have some exceptions, but now we are not learning about exceptions. We just want to start learning the rules. Once we learn very well, then you can go more advanced into exception. But for now, train yourself, because always the exceptions are few words in the whole book, so you will not have problem. The second rule is if the third letter has a dhamma, not a kasra or a fatha. How I'm gonna read Hamzat al-wasl? If the third letter has dhamma, Hamzat al-wasl is pronounced with a dhamma. Okay. So, I'm going to show you more examples from the Quran later, but this is the rule you need to understand. That if you have Hamza wasl in a word, does not follow with lam of the preposition, so al-mustaqim here, I can pronounce it with a fatha because lam of the preposition. Here I have no problem because the shadda, lam has no sukoon. I would also say as-sirata. But in this word ihdina, there is no lam of preposition. There is no way I can pronounce this with fatha or kasra or dhamma. How can I figure it out? I say, look at the third letter. If it has a kasra or a fatha, the hamzat al-wasl will be pronounced with kasra. If the third letter has dhamma, it's easy. Hamzat al-wasl is going to be pronounced with a dhamma. Okay? So we are done from this part. So the hardest part now is over. We learn about al-qamar, al-shams, the moon, and the sun. There are more into them. There are some letters that follow with the shams, and some words that follow. Letters follows the al-qamar, but we're not going to touch that. Once you know the rules, how to read simply, we can touch on those in the next step when we go to actual tajweed. But now here we're only trying to connect the words into one sentence. Try to read. So let's اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Let's try. Here, walab, both are silent. Walabdallin. Of course, here this the ya is long vowel ya. The madda here, how long? 6 haraka because it's followed by what? Ashadda. Ad-dallin. Walab. Dallin. So we have here walad dalin. So which one drop? Hamza al-wasl is dropped. Lam has no sukoon. Lam also dropped. Walad dalin. If I don't read wala, then I'm gonna read ad-dalin by itself. Okay. I think that's enough for today, and I'm gonna give you a homework. Your homework will be to look at Surah Al-Fatiha, the simple surah. Your homework will gonna be will be to read from the Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay, and try to find Hamzat al-wasl in the whole surah, and try to read it one time with connecting with the word before, and sometimes start the word with it, and try to figure out or find out all the rules we have learned today, like when we can use al-qamar, and when it's going to be ash-shams. Okay. and when we're going to use the third letter rule. So Al-Qamar, Al-Shams, and the third letter rule, and that's going to give very good practice. And I want to read with you one more time just to have an idea. So if you want to follow up with me, you can have a Quran in front of you, and we're going to practice on Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If you see here, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We did not say Bismillahi Al-Rahman Al-Rahim. It's hard. So Bismillahi together. The alif or the hamza was on Allah's name is dropped when I join Bismillahi. Bismillahir Rahman. Here alif and lam are dropped from Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Here also alif and lam are dropped from Ar-Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Yawmiddin. I didn't say Yawmi al-Din. No, Yawmiddin. Alif and lam in ad-Din is dropped or are dropped. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. If I want to join Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, nuhdina. In this case, when I had ihdina, I started ihdina has a kasra. But when I joined nasta'in, nuhdina, the alif or hamzat al-wasl is dropped. I'm going to go with nasta'in, nuhdina, from the noon to the ha with sukun. وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Got it? And that is for today. And as a reminder, again, before you touch the Quran, have wudu, sit in a clean place, and once you finish, put it back in a high place or on a shelf, so it won't be disturbed by children or animals. And that's it for today, my friends. I hope that I made it easy, because Tajweed rules can be very hard for children, and I don't want to touch on names and giving titles and everything, but I made it as simple as I could. And forgive me if I wasn't able to explain it more clear, but I think if you break the video into portions, you understand little by little, and then apply and take your time before going to lesson 12. Lesson 12, I'm going, inshallah, touch on to more detail, little bit detail about the mad. We had the simple the madda before, and we learn about when it is when I have a choice, when I don't have a choice, and we going to touch more about the mad in how to stop, how I'm going to mad when I'm stop, when I want to take my breath, when I want to finish the ayah, stop at the end of the ayah, and other small rules about math. I'm not going to talk about names. I'm not going to teach you like a grown-up. I'm going to tell you, show you some signs like I show you today. There are more into this. There are a lot more into this, but I only show you the sign you see on the book, so you can start reading. Okay? And next week, inshallah, we're gonna do more math, inshallah. Until I see you next time, I say to you, fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.